I'm Tim Schulpen. This is an episode of Getting on the Gear with the Hunter's Journal. We're going through some key pieces of kit that I took to Fiordland and some pieces that I've upgraded since then. We're going to have a full list of gear on the Hunter's Journal blog as well, and hopefully this gives you a bit of inspiration for your upcoming I almost said upcunting on your upcoming raw trips and Fiordland hunt that starts in about a month's time. So yeah, we'll get into it.
It was a big weekend on my game on.
So the first piece of kit we've got is the Stone Glacier Sky Teller 6900. I bought this about 2 years ago now and absolutely thrashed it all over the show most weekends, and nothing's gone wrong with it at all. A couple rips in it just where the spotting scope's rubbed in the side pocket, but apart from that, it's held up real well. They're a pretty big investment from the States. They come out of Bozeman, Montana. They're about $1,300 plus shipping, and inclusive of shipping, but then you might still get stung with tax when you get it through into New Zealand, which is a bit of a risk to take, but it's worth the investment, I reckon. So as you can see, it's fully compressed now, but when it's in its full expanded form with all the straps out and all the pockets full, it's about 113 litres with the hood on top as well. So it's a bloody massive pack. It weighs about, I believe it's 2.6 kilo for that size of a bag, where a Tatonka 95 plus 10 is over 3 kilo or 3 roundabout. So it's pretty damn light for how big of a pack it is as well. You got spotting scope pockets on either side, and then hip pockets are really handy. Some packs like the Tatonka don't even have these, which is a game changer with head torches. You can put your phone in there, even a lens cloth if you've got a camera. And then, yeah, the frame's a X-curve frame, so you can get a fully straight one or this one, and I haven't had a comfier pack to this date. I've had a Tatonka 75 plus 10, and that didn't fit my hips at all, where this is perfect, and up to 40 kilo loads it's still pretty damn comfortable. So yeah, I stand by it. I know it's bloody expensive, but it's a good piece of kit. So I've got my winter La Sportiva Karakorums here. I don't usually wear these in summer, they get too hot. They're a leather boot, fully insulated with Gore-Tex. On the hunt down in Fiordland, I had my La Sportiva Equilibriums, which were a new set of boots just before the trip. They're a synthetic, lightweight boot. They're also Gore-Tex, but they've got far less weight to them. These are about 1.1 kilos per boot, where the other ones were about 630 grams, I believe. So yeah, I didn't want to take these because they carry too much water. Once they're going to get wet regardless, and once they get wet, they're just bloody heavy. So didn't want to take those. So I took those other ones, but they blew out within 10 months. Unfortunately, they got a little slit down the side. They're going back for warranty. But yeah, as an alternative to that, I've been looking into Crispy Summits, which are about the same weight and about the same price, and then also Scarpa Rebels, which are, again, same weight, same price. So that's another bloody good option. I'd stay away from carrying a leather boot in. Another option I've tried is lower Tibets. They're not the flashiest of boots. The rand fell off across the whole boot all the way around, where these after 3 years are still in perfect nick. So yeah, I'd probably stay away from those if you're going to thrash them. Occasional weekend hunt, they'll be alright. They're pretty damn comfortable out of the box, but yeah, probably don't go for the lower Tibets. So the next bit of kit that I wanted to go through was just the tops I took down to Fiordland. I took one merino and then one synthetic. The synthetic was for walking in the wet and through the scrub. Use that for walking in mostly, and then just whenever we left camp to go hunting, I took that. And then my merino was for at camp, and obviously if I needed a bit of camo, then I used that as well. I took in the Stone Glacier hooded synthetic top. These are much better for in the scrub. They don't rip. Like, this has been absolutely hammered for about a year now almost. Not a hole in it, and it's been a good option. The hood's nicely cinched as well. You can get all the sun off you with just a little peek through with your eyes. Yeah, it does stink a hell of a lot. That's one thing to consider when you're going synthetic, especially when it gets wet and you're wearing it for 7 days in a row. It starts to reek, and it's, yeah, you'll be able to wash it out when you get home, but while you're in Fiordland, your partner probably doesn't particularly like you for that. So the other option I took down for sleeping in mostly was this Kuyu Merino. The issue with these is they're really lightweight merino and they do rip pretty badly. I've had to fix this one up a hell of a lot. Under the arms they rip. They've got this extremely thin layer here. I've got another one that only lasts about 5-6 months. It just got absolutely shredded. This is a bit of an issue as well, where your pack starts rubbing on all these bits that bunch up and catch. So recently I purchased a First Light Aerowick QZ, I think it is, quarter zip. And this has had 6 months of thrashing, hasn't got a hole in it yet. Worn it on every hunt since I purchased it. And yeah, just a little bit thicker. Under the arms there's less holes. And so far it's been bloody good. Much better option. And it's sold out in New Zealand, which is quite good as well. So you don't have to wait weeks for that to turn up. More First Light gear. I bought these pants as well recently. They've been bloody good. These are the corrugate foundries. You can see that they zip down completely from the top and vent all the way. They've got heaps of pockets. There's 2 on the front, 1 on the top, the side, normal pocket sides, and then 2 on the back zips as well. So these have been bloody good. And a set of suspenders is a game changer as well, because the less you can have around your waist, the better, because it just stops rubbing. And yeah, those have been bloody good. So next piece of kit is the Bloodline Gear Merino sleeping bag liner. Pretty damn impressed with this. This has been a pretty good improvement to my Cedar Summit Spark 3, I believe, in terms of getting the moisture away from the bag. I found that this wets out quite quickly without this. So in Fiordland, where there's a lot of moisture as well, this has been a good improvement. It's a lot more comfortable. It is a bit of a weight to carry. It's about 536 grams additionally, but it wicks moisture. It's a bit warmer and obviously a bit more comfortable as well. So yeah, made in New Zealand by a New Zealand guy, so it's worth supporting. But yeah, good bit of kit. A little bit, as I said, a bit heavy, but definitely worth it. So I'll switch it up a bit and go to some cooking gear that I took. I'm a bit of an advocate for going quite lightweight on cooking gear rather than carrying a jet bull. They might be extremely efficient and quite good, but you can shave a hell of a lot of weight by going to a titanium pot, a little MSR pocket rocket, and then obviously a titanium spoon. So this is a MTN Gear titanium pot, again out of New Zealand, so it can turn up in a few days. Same with the spoons are Cedar Summit. And then, yeah, MSR pocket rocket. The only issue with this is if you leave your lighter at home, you're kind of buggered. And it is light, but yeah, that's the trade-off. You can get them now with a piezo on the side. It's called an MSR pocket rocket deluxe. So that's another good option. We've also got a Havilon Piranta knife, I believe it is. So on the Fiordland trip, I took a Gerber, and the end of it snapped where the blade goes into the holder, which kind of messed me up a little bit, and I had to end up head skinning it by holding the blade between my fingers and slowly chipping away. So I've upgraded recently to this. This is really light, replaceable blades within the holster, and they last about, you can do a whole deer with it and cut the head off as well with a single blade, and it still be sharp enough to do some more butchering. But yeah, bloody good option. Much better than dicking around with another sharpener for your knife and constantly sharpening it every time you need to make a cut and when you get home as well. So you don't have to worry about it anymore with that. So the next piece of kit was the tent. It's pretty damn important to have a good tent down in Fiordland. The weather can just come in from anywhere, and there's some serious storms that roll in. And the last thing you want is to be caught out at night with your tent blowing down or your shit getting wet. So yeah, we've got a Kuyu Stormstar 2 person. Harry and I both have one of these each. Yeah, it's bomb proof. I've had it in gale force winds. It never ever flexes down on you, and you never have to hold it up like some of the other products I've tried. Just keeps going. So I've had it for about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years now. Still good as gold, real waterproof, and has lasted quite well. Only downside to this tent is it's about 3 kilo, and if you were going to shave a bit of weight, you'd easily shave about 1 kilo off if you went for a slightly lighter weight tent. But yeah, good option otherwise. Blake Clinch's recommendation was to get a set of Gubba Gubbas. I wasn't quite sure what he meant when he recommended that to me, but I searched it up and found these things. They're just rubber booties that go over your socks. You can put them over your shoes as well, but they're just a camp shoe alternative to a croc. They pack down to less than a can of beer. Once you roll them all up, you can stuff them anywhere in your pack. I'll give you a bit of a comparison. It works. Where crocs take up still quite a bit of space in the scheme of things, or they're dangling on the back of your pack, flicking everywhere, and you might lose them in the scrub. So these are bloody awesome for taking a piss at night and just mincing around camp when it was wet. And yeah, fully waterproof. They do get a little bit sweaty when you wear them for a long period of time, but overall, can't fault it for $12.50. So next bit of gear is probably a little bit controversial. This is a Barco folding saw. They're about $40 and 140 grams, I think. It's a little bit of extra weight to carry, but definitely worth it for making campsites. It's bloody hard to find a camp down there. Everything's wet on a hill in a swamp. So if you can find something to camp on, this is quite good for just clearing the extra little bits that might snag on your tent, or if you need to tie something up and get an extra branch to tie it up. So I don't advocate for cutting down native timber, but yeah, for dead stuff, it was bloody handy, and we use it a lot for making camps across the whole trip. So that was a good bit of kit. Firstly, I had the cactus puffer down in Fiordland. This was bloody good. It was warm. It was everything you want out of a puffer. It was tough. You could actually wear it in the scrub a wee bit. The only thing was the weight of it and how well it packs down was pretty terrible. So I recently, again, upgraded some more gear to a First Light Chamberlain down puffer jacket. These are down and part synthetic inside them, so even when they do wet out a little bit, they hold their loft and they stay warm. The best part of it is the sleeves are cinched with elastic and absolutely no air gets out of your wrist, and the hood is a three-way cinch, so rather than your head moving within the hood while you're wearing it and trying to glass, your head actually moves the whole hood around. So yeah, bloody warm and can't fault it. You can get those from Point South down in Wanaka. So mid layer for down there, I took in a Stone Glacier fleece. Again, couldn't tell you the name of it. These have an awesome hood on them. They cinch right around your face, over your hood, and just your eyes peer out. So if you want to keep out of the sun, again, bloody good option. It's really lightweight. It's got like a waffle texture inside. Warm, light, packs down, and yeah, can't fault it. I think it was probably about $200, but definitely worth it as well. So for food down there, our theory was we'll go and splash out a little bit on some radixes. We got a dinner and then a breakfast as well. If you have a coffee in the morning and get through to about 10:30, 11, and then smash one of these, there's an 800 calorie breakfast. So it's pretty heavy as a breakfast, but goes pretty good. And then you just top up the day with a few snacks between the two. These things taste awesome. Can't fault them. 10 times better than the old backcountry. And the next morning, these are better as well. They're about 160 grams per packet dry, and they're almost vacuum sealed, so they don't take up any space. These are about, it says 130 mil for these, where a backcountry can be 500 mil. So a big difference, and saves you a lot of water. Obviously in Fiordland there's plenty of water to go around. It's not really an issue, but when you're doing other hunts in summer and wherever you are raw hunting, if it is dry, then a bit of water saving can make a big difference.
What were you using for rain pads?
Kuyu ones. We didn't even barely use them though. We were just little bitches and stayed at camp when it was raining. So the last thing that I took in was some good rain gear. I had Kuyu Kitana Storm Shell pants and then a Earthsea Sky hydrophobia jacket. I again have upgraded recently to a First Light jacket. I keep banging on about it, but these things are just refined for hunting and significantly better. So the Earthsea Sky jacket, the hood didn't cinch down enough, and I was constantly peering out the hood, which kept dropping over my eyes, even when I'd pin it back at the furthest point. And the jacket was down to my knees, which is good when you want to sit down, but just to keep moisture moving out of the jacket, more length, it was a double layer of waterproof material over my pants, so they got pretty sweaty. This thing I bought because I was pretty stoked on these pockets. They've got full venting through to the middle of the jacket on both the chest area, and then under the arm there's another vent. So the pockets are fully magnetic, so even with the glove on or in the wet, you don't have to take anything off, and they just pop up and then clip back down as well. So that's bloody handy. And again, the hood cinches from the back down on both sides, and then the rain flap comes out like this. So if you need to get full protection out of the rain with your cap, then that just folds over, and when you don't want it, you just clip it back and get rid of it. So that's been a bloody good purchase, and again, been in torrential rain with that, and it just beads off. Obviously it's a new jacket, but pretty impressed with it so far, and cuts the wind well as well. So that was just an overview on the gear I took to Fiordland and some upgraded pieces. It was good to get on the gear with the Hunter's Journal, and you can check out the rest of the gear and the whole list on the Hunter's Journal blog. So get into it.
It was a big weekend on my gear, mate.